Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Lainey.
Good God, what a morning. My name is Lainey. I'm the practitioner on duty today, and I want to talk to you about the Attractor Factor by Dr. Joe Vitale. It's a book we have in our bookstore, and we're offering it at a discount of 20% this month. So if you're interested, it's a really good book. Joe Vitale is quite knowledgeable and has written a lot of books. And the basis of the book is the fact that it's all about our consciousness, and we know that. It's your energy, it's your consciousness, and how you respond in the world is what you're going to attract to yourself. So you are the attractor factor, and he gives you 5 steps that you can work on so that you can improve your attractor factor. The first step is that to notice what you've been focusing on. He says, okay, first of all, I want to read you this quote that he had in his book. Spirit is substance which forms according to your demands and must have a pattern from which to work. A pan of dough is as willing to be formed into bread as a biscuit. It makes as little difference to spirit what we demand. And Frances Larimer Warner from our Invisible Supply made that quote. I often feel like the universe is just like this bubbling yeast ball, just brewing and building, and then we put into it what we want to create, and then that's what we get. So that's kind of what she's saying there. So the first thing he says, you got to be happy. And you know when you're happy, good things come to you. You're a magnetic point of attraction, and you attract what you desire. So we have a lot of faith in things that we don't want. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want to catch the virus. Shift that thinking to I am healthy, I'm happy, I'm whole, I'm perfect, and nothing is going to harm me or the people that I care about or anybody around me. He says that fear is wrongly directed faith. So remove the negativity. Spirit is always going to give you what you focus on. Always, always. What you say, what you think, the universe says yes to it. So step 1 is to notice what you've been focusing on. And he has another quote, man is a magnet, and every line and dot and detail of his experiences come from his own attraction. Elizabeth Town from the Life Power and How to Use It. So step 2 is dare something worthy. That's where you're like setting your intentions. Exceed yourself. Don't, a lot of times we just stay status quo with things and we become stagnant in our life. So think about something that you want to do that's bigger and better than where you are now. Know what you want. And he says choose what you want and do it in such a way that you activate your mind to complete the job. You're stirring up those dendrils in there that are going to go, yay, I get to think something new, I get to learn something new, and refocus and be clear about what your intention is. There's no excuses allowed. We say, well, I'm too old, I don't have the money, no one's going to believe in me. Those are all excuses. And those excuses become our beliefs. They are our beliefs when we use those excuses. He said, I love this, think like God. Now we in our philosophy say that we are God in expression and stuff, but do we express ourselves on just this human level? Of course we do, but can we think about expressing ourselves as that power that created the universe? Think really, really big. We can't maybe make mountains. Well, we could. I've been making mountains in my yard because I'm shoveling dirt and raking dirt and stuff, so they're my own little mountains. But I'm doing it. So allow the universe, the power in everything, to arrange the details. You just got to plant the seed. So your job is to state your intention and, of course, intend in the present moment now. Not, I'm going to have this, when this happens, then I'm going to get that. It's got to be right now. This is what I'm declaring for myself. Flat out. That's it. When I when we knew we had to move, I just started journaling every day, and my constant line was, our escrow closes with grace and ease. Every day that's what I wrote, as other things, that we had the right people working with us, that, we were excited when we went in to sign the escrow papers, we were teary, all that kind of stuff. Every single day I wrote something about what was going to happen. At first, I thought we were going to buy the house we were in, but that didn't work out. But I stayed with it. We're in the right place at the right time. And then it all just came together. So even though you can have an intention, stay with what your main intention is, and then allow the universe to bring it together for you, because the universe might have bigger, better plans for you than what you're say in your mind. We would have been happy to stay where we were, but when that wasn't working out, we got into something even better than if we'd have stayed there. So the universe, sometimes I think the universe is smiling, that energy is smiling at you when things fall into place and you finally surrender to it and let it work. So step 1, notice what you've been focusing on. Step 2, dare something worthy. State your intention. Step 3 is the missing ingredient. And he believes that, and I think it's true, you see those pictures with this little person over here speaking at you, God speaking at you, and this little figure over here, the devil speaking at you. You're saying, I want to be wealthy, or I am wealthy, and this little voice over here is saying, yeah, right, you can't hold a penny in your pocket, whatever. And we start listening to those things. That goes into our subconscious mind, and then that's what we end up operating from. He says it's all energy. I'm saying, we all know it's all energy. And if we're clear about what our energy is, then the energy moves in that direction. If we aren't clear, it's like you go to a restaurant and you want to have a good sandwich, and you don't know what you want, and you don't know what you want on it, and you're just going back and forth. The waiter or waitress is just going, okay, tell me, I'll give it to you. It's the same way with the universe. If you scatter yourself out in all kinds of directions, then the universe isn't going to know, okay, what do you want? I got stuff here, but you keep me juggling about what it is that you want. I knew that we were going to move into a better house, that we were going to own our house. That was my main intention, and I knew that escrow was going to close with grace and ease. That was it. When things shifted according to my plan, I just had to still stay with that intention and that focus, because I would just have to know and claim that something bigger and better was coming along. So then the energy goes in several different directions, and there's no real power to it. And you have days where you're just scattered and you're just floating all over the place. But when you're clear about something that you want and you move ahead straight at it, you're putting your power into it. No doubts. You can't have any doubts about anything. So if there's, clear up any old events that maybe have gone on in your life that you've got stuck back in your mind. It's a good time to work on forgiveness about things that, you need to work on forgiving on. Clearing out that negative energy, clearing out any doubts about anything, and just staying strong in your power, thinking like God. If we want to say God is that separate thing out there, then I'd say God's probably pretty definite about what it wants. It probably just, if you want to picture the man on the cloud going, yeah, you're good, you're bad, whatever, he's probably not, it isn't going, let's see, do I want to make this solar system? Do I want to have this in it, or do I want to do this? It's thought, bang, it's done. Big bang, it's done, because it's energy. So step 3 is that missing ingredient, to heal the part that does not believe in your intention. Sometimes that might mean letting go of people around you that are negative, that are poo-pooing what your intention is. Let go of them. Or I used to tell my kids in Sunday school, you got 2 ears. It's for something to go in and something to go out. So if it doesn't work for you, then just let it go through your brain and forget about it. Step 4 is to Nevilleise your goal. Now Neville, Goddard Neville, was a metaphysician, I would say, from years ago, and he approached doing your intention and doing what you want, claiming what you want, by absolutely immersing yourself in all the senses around it. You feel it, you sense it, you see it, you do things that says, I already got it. Using your imagination and seeing it as a done deal. Absolutely is a done deal. I was gonna go buy an escrow paper and fill out our names and, fill out our names and then sign our names as though, and then write across it, done deal. That would be something that would help me focus and see clearly that whatever the outcome was, it was a done deal for what I wanted. So he's saying when you have your intention set, then really step into it, immerse yourself into it. Absolutely feel it and be there with it and talk about it as if it's a done deal. Sometimes some metaphysicians feel you shouldn't talk about what your intentions are and your goals are, but that's only really if you're around people that are not going to support you in your belief. Because I think if you're excited, feel excited about what it is that you're setting your intention for. And, it's just like the kids at Christmas. Way back in the day, you got the Christmas tree up and you knew when you got up that morning, that bicycle you wanted was going to be under the tree, or that doll you wanted was going to be under the tree. You didn't see it yet, but you knew it was going to be there. So it's the same thing with, I love his phrase, Nevilleise. It's like a new word, Nevilleise. Let's Nevilleise this. I think I'll start using that. Let's really breathe it. And he talks about that breathe in the image. As you're breathing in that image and breathing it out into the air, your energy is magic and it breathes life into your intention. So think about using your breath as part of setting your intention, that you're breathing in that perfect space that you're going to be in. And be in gratitude already. You're grateful because you know it's a done deal and you've got it right here. Done deal. So be in gratitude is important. And then step 5 is to let go of the how. Let the universe do its work. There is a bigger plan, I believe, and that's where we have to have faith and trust and to not get caught up in the appearances and the circumstances of what's going on. The same way with what's happening in our world. As light people, we have to stay focused that there is a positive, better outcome that's birthing from all this chaos in the world. We have to. Well, or you don't have to, but then what are you going to do? You're just going to stay in the negativity and all the crap and its energy, and so you're feeding into that energy. If we can keep our focus on, God's got our back, the universe has got our back, and the universe is saying yes to everything that we think and feel, and if we can think and feel and believe in the light and the love and the peace of the world, and that's what the outcome is, then we're not feeding into the appearances and the stuff that's going on in the world today. It's a good book. It's a lot of books talk about intention and creating what you want in your life, and I don't know exactly what I expected when I was looking at this book. Like he would say, put money in the bank, write out your plan, talk to the right people, that like human kind of goals. And what he's talking in here, they are human goals, but they're techniques that you can use to shift your consciousness. It's about your consciousness so that you can create what it is that you want to have in your life, whether it's good, healthy relationships, a wonderful, exciting career, money in the bank, all your needs are met, you're financially free, all kinds of things like that. These are little tips. They're not even little tips, they're big, important tips that we can look at and reprocess in our own lives how we are actually living, so that if we want to, we can be happy, but maybe things could be even grander if we have that intention for it, and then we learn how to focus on it, and then know that it's a done deal. So it's a really good book to have if you're looking to do something different with your life and make it even more exciting and loving and happy and peaceful. Then I recommend the book, The Attractor Factor by Dr. Joe Vitale. And that's the end of my lesson today.